Live from the KBJR studio, this is Friday Night Lights with Alexis Bass and Alexis Beckett, only on Northern News Now.
Hello and welcome to week 8, our final week of Friday Night Lights, or should we say Wednesday Night Lights. That's a first for this season because of MEA week, so a short week for those footballers out there. We're still here to hold down the fort with all of your high school football action from around the Northland. As always, I'm Alexis Bass.
I'm Alexis Beckett, still, finally. After that was quite the intro, because it's Wednesday. We're shaking things up. But thanks for spending your Wednesday night with us. You're just the right place. Of course, there's no place we'd rather be than taking you all around the Northland. Team Alexis for the final time.
One final go. Last one, best one. We get this FNL started in the Igloo with the undefeated ESCO football team, number 2 team in Class 3A, taking on, a team that has yet to earn a win all season. Let's see what happens with this one. The students had their hard hats on for this one as ESCO looks to make it 8 straight wins. And the rainy conditions had an effect on the field. Pine City's QB Aiden Onison fumbles the snap, and ESCO's linebacker Bobby Thorson is first on the scene for the scoop and score. ESCO takes a 14-0 lead just 7 minutes into this one. Now it's time for ESCO's offense to take over. QB Jason Owens rolls to his right, floats it to junior receiver Sam Hagen, who makes a great move to stay in bounds. Turn it up the field and get into the pay dirt for 6. ESCO now leads by 21. And after a third Pine City fumble in the first quarter, it's Owens on the option play. Great timing with the pitch over to Hagen, who turns on the Jets for his second touchdown of the game. ESCO, of course, would roll over the Dragons and pitch the shutout 61-0 to move to 8-0 and remain undefeated this season. Shocking.
Shocking, but you know where we're going now. The Hunters taking on the Hawks in Hermantown. Both teams riding high off a big win last week. First quarter, it's Tay Money Man getting things going early. He has the speed, the strength, finally gets brought down in the red zone. However, Denfeld would turn it over on downs. Hawks get it back. Senior Zach Thorson with the carry finds the hole, but the ball is out. Jaden Kovac wills the strip. Hunters fall on it and get the takeaway, ending the drive. Hawks get it back, but the woes continue this time on special teams as Peyton Menzel can't handle the snap or the punt. Hunters get the ball with great field position. That would lead to this. Tay Mans again finds the pay dirt from 11 yards out. Hunters take the lead, 7-0. However, the Hawks tie the game up quick. Alex Schott scores on the Hermantown version of the tush push. Now 7-all. Denfeld looking to get the passing game going, but the strong side blitz is too much for QB Mace Brooks. Connor Fiore snatches it out of the air, takes it back to the house for a pick 6. Hawks hold the lead for the first time midway through the second quarter. Hunters need to answer, and they do. Deshaun Moore up the left side, drags a few defenders into the end zone. They go for 2, take the 15-14 lead. You'd think they would take that lead into halftime, but hold on. Less than a minute. Schott shoots his shot. He hits Peyton Menzel in stride for the bomb to take the late lead, but never doubt the Hunters would be the ones to get it done. 31-29 over the Hawks. And now we head over to Proctor with their Pink Threads as they host Mora. And the Mustangs wasted no time. Just the second play of the game, Brock Folkema breaking tackles left and right. He'll take it 50 yards to the crib. Mustangs take the early lead. Then on the very next drive, Nathan Nelson hands it off to Folkema, and he'll find the gap up the middle and the end zone again for the second time, making it a 12-0 game. Moore gets 2 more tutties on the board, but the Rouse say, hold on, we have something to say. Only on 4th and goal, Zach McPhee finds Dame Almond in the end zone. A 6-yard touchdown pass and the 2-point conversion will make it 28-8, but the Mustangs would keep it going. They defeat the Rails 47-14.
Now we go to beautiful and brand new football stadium over in Cloquet. The Lumberjacks hosting the other Vikings. North Branch coming to this one, only dropping 1 game so far in the season. So can the Jacks hand them their second? Well, first quarter and the visiting Vikes already up 20-0, and that's not enough for them. Carter Drill, yeah, he knows the drill. Trying to haul his way home. It takes basically the whole team to take him down, but this fire offensive team continues. To take over, Jacob Raldalard, here he comes down the sideline and in the end zone. It's 28-0 after the 2-point conversion. Back down the field they were, and back in the end zone is Carter Drill. He says, that was too easy. Yeah, don't hold back, Carter. Say what's on your mind. But hey, the confidence works for the visiting Vikings as they win this one 44-7 over Cloquet. And just a few hours further north, the IFL's Broncos sneaked away a close win, 29-26 over Rush City. And to Harbors, the big 49-3 win over Hibbing.
As for Grand Rapids, they fell to number 10 Pequot Lakes 31-20, and Mesabi East picks up the win over Aiken 32-6.
Wow, just like that.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Here we are. But we're not ready to close the curtain just quite yet.
It'd be too early.
Too early. The night is still young.
The night is still young, because you know, when we come back, we're actually taking it to Amsoil.
We will.
We're gonna come back, of course. But when we come back, all of the teams who happen to be in the top 20 for the Bulldogs, we'll talk about them for a little bit. And then for the last time, if you know, you know.
This is Friday Night Lights, only on Northern News Now.
Welcome back to Wednesday Night Lights. Thanks for sticking with us. And as promised, we quick pivot on over to Amsoil Arena to check up on our nationally ranked Bulldogs.
That's right, Beckett. The number 14 UMD men's hockey team has not had a loss so far this season, going 1-0-2 in their last 3 games. But today, head coach Scott Sandelin shared with the media that for the rest of the season, they will be without their top center and alternate captain, Dominic James, due to season-ending injury. During Friday's game against Northern Michigan, James left the game following a hit and never returned. The Chicago Blackhawks draft pick will undergo shoulder surgery shortly. This is the same injury that kept Blake Biondi and Kyler Clevin out last season. While a devastating loss for this Bulldogs team, they understand that James' vocal leadership and physical presence on and off the ice is a role that needs to be filled, only creating more opportunities for guys to step up. Sandelin added that they are having discussions right now to expand leadership roles as well.
It's really tough to lose them. We're top players, right? But it's an opportunity for other guys to step up. It's a hard thing for any player to go through. We've seemed like we've gone through that every year here for the last 3 years where we're losing a player for the year. Aside from that, just, you know, in the locker room, he's a fun guy to be around. Like I said, he's always got a smile on his face and plays with a lot of passion.
Yeah, losing Dom sucks, but it's a good opportunity for me, and hopefully I can rise up and take his spot. I think we have the right guys to step up, younger guys and older guys, you know, kind of getting some more opportunities, so I think it'll be good to see what guys are really made of.
Puck drops on Friday night at 6 at Amsoil Arena. This will be broadcast on our My9 Sports Network.
And now to the women's side of the ice, where the number 6 Bulldogs are coming off of a tough weekend against number 2 Ohio State, but are looking forward to hitting the road this weekend to face another WCHA challenge in Minnesota State Mankato. While OSU swept UMD, the Bulldogs say that there are still positives to take from their first WCHA test of the season. Going from a 5-2 loss on Friday to a 2-0 loss on Saturday shows immediate improvement that the Bulldogs want to build on moving forward. But UMD, of course, is still subscribing to the short-term memory mentality as they prepare for their first road trip of the season against the Mankato team they know pretty well.
I hate getting swept, but I think it taught us a lot. Like, we were a lot better on Saturday than we were on Friday, and our third period was our best period of the weekend. So that's always hopeful to be trending in an upward direction.
We only have a few days to think about the past and get on with the next. You know, it might feel like a long week for everybody else, but it comes fast for us, and I think that's good for a young group. You know, just, yep, we're over last week, we're on to the next, and you have an opportunity to go grab 3 points on Friday, so let's go do it.
Puck drop for Game 1 of the Bulldogs and Mavericks is scheduled for 3 p.m. on Friday.
Now back into football, but staying with the Bulldogs, who are in week 7, preparing for a long road trip to Minot State. I remember that.
That's right.
It's a long road trip back in the days.
A long one. But facing a 1-5 Beavers team, the 5-1 Bulldogs had the chance to get a win streak going again and build on their already impressive stats across the league. Coming into this week, the Bulldogs defense sits at the top of the NSIC rankings in both points allowed per game, right at 15, and rushing yards allowed, which is a league low of 84. On the other side of the ball, UMD is second in the conference, putting up 37 points per game while holding the top spot for rushing yards with 261 per game. Because the Bulldogs are one of the most statistically sound teams in the NSIC, the team looks at those numbers as being, quote, just the standard. And with only 4 regular season games left, the Bulldogs are starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
I mean, coming into the season, obviously people had their doubts with our offense, right? So early, we like to get the run game going, open up that pass game, and then often creates points for us. And 40 points is kind of just the standard now. We like to score points, and that's the expectation here.
You know, I think our guys are starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel here and know that we have an opportunity if we can continue to win. So we'll play inspired football here for the last 4 weeks, and it'll start this weekend, hopefully at Minot.
Kickoff for the Beavers versus Bulldogs is set for 1 p.m. on Saturday.
Beckett, it's our favorite time of the night, our last time to have a favorite time of the night.
And it's really mine because I have to be like undefeated through 8 weeks, right? I'm going to go for 8.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, like Esco over here. Okay,
exactly.
okay.
I'm going for week 8. My play of the night comes from the Battle of the Hawks and Hunters tonight. Shockingly not Tay Mans, an H-Town sack, and Connor Flores snatches it out of the air. Thank you. I'll take that. Straight to the house, Alexis Best. No pit stops. So go ahead. Try to change.
I'll show you. Here we go. My choice of play of the night comes from the Igloo where it was not snowing, but the rain was falling, and there was 100% chance of, tutties.
Okay.
Here's one
that
of
was
just
cute,
a few Esco examples. QB Jason Owens with the touch pass over to junior Sam Hagen. He stays in bounds and hits Pine City with some shake and bake into the end zone. So, yeah, all I got to say is pop off Sam Hagen.
I'll get you on the pun for the night. I'll give you that.
We got to stay funny around here.
Well, that is a wrap for us. Make sure you vote for me anyway. But for good, it's not for good, guys.
For good, yeah.
You can, of course, like always, rewatch any of tonight's highlights. Over to our sports page at northernnewsnow.com. And, of course, head to our Facebook and Twitter pages to vote for my play of the night.
Right over here. You got to vote for me. And I would say come back here next week for FNL, but that wouldn't be true as tonight we close the curtain on the 2023 edition of FNL. From Alexis Beckett and myself, thank you for being with Team Alexis all season long. But don't worry, we'll be here for high school hockey before you know it, Thursday night face-off. But for now, in the wise words of Tom Hansen, keep smiling, Northland.